It's horn time again on the Porsche Boxster. This time the horn is not working at all. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix that. First thing I'm going to check is the horn button. I'm going to push the button and listen for a click underneath the dash. That's the relay clicking. Now in this case, I've got a clicking relay, so that means the switch works, the relay works, the horns are bad. There's two horns, a high and a low, and you're probably asking yourself, well, how do both horns go bad at the same time? Well, they don't. One goes bad, you don't notice it, the other one goes bad. So in this car, we're going to have to replace both horns. Now, if you press your horn button and you don't get a click, that means you've got a bad relay or a bad fuse. So you're going to need to check the fuse panel underneath the dash, check the relay, check the fuse. If you don't have a fuse, you may have a problem where the horn switch went bad, like in my other video, and they took instead of fixing it, they took the fuse out. The horns are located behind the front bumper on the right-hand side. So we've got to take the bumper off to get to the horns. To get the front bumper off, we've got some screws underneath this panel here. So you'll need to take off that rubber. And then you've got a screw here and then a screw underneath. And then along the front underneath, you've got some screws as well. Side marker lights just pull out, pull from the back. With all the screws off, we just need to wiggle the bumper cover out of place and take it off. The horns are behind this ductwork right there. It's held on with 5 T25 Torx screws. 2 in the back and 3 in the front. There's a little temperature sensor right here. Be mindful of him. Sometimes when you take this ductwork off, you're going to be surprised what it looks like behind there. Here's a short clip of what I did when I took it off earlier. This is a good opportunity to clean out the leaves and the gunk on both sides. So take advantage of the time that you have the bumper off. The horns are located down in here. Let's move the camera in and get a little bit better shot. The horns are right here. So we're going to take off the bracket that holds them on. They're only held on by 10mm nuts. The electrical connectors are going to be a little grimy. So just gently work them off. I'm going to use horns that I got from Pelican Parts. These are a great deal. They're like $15, $13. And the important part is they have the correct electrical connector. If you go to a generic auto parts store, they will sell you a universal fit horn that will fit, but you'll have to cut off this connector and rewire it to fit the universal fit connector. Now we just put the horns back on their little bracket and put it back together. You may have to reposition this horn to get it to fit back in there. Before you put it all back together, make sure the horn works. Cover your ears. When you're putting the ductwork back on, be considerate of this little guy. You want to make sure that he goes in his little hole. And when you're putting the bumper cover on, make sure that he gets positioned correctly in the bumper cover.